It's so weird. There's like this long buffering and stuff, but as soon as I hit the button, it's like you're live. Like so immediate. I'm not sure if that's true. It's very confusing. Do we have sound?
Yes, we have sound.
Cool.
What's up?
Yay for bots. Oh. And my watch wants to know, how are you feeling? I am excited. Let's do this. Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and today, wait, there's the right button. Okay, today we have a couple patterns for me to work on. One of them is my own creation, which if you want to kind of follow along at home, it's over on my website. If you go into tutorials, and then you'll find one called My Own Pattern, and essentially I just came up with a theory of what I would do, and I made this beauty. You might recall that I did a doubled up version of this already. The posts are on Instagram and stuff. So I already made this one. And this one I went from the darkest going inwards to the lightest. So I decided on this singular one that I would go the other direction just for something different, just to make it interesting. I am joined, of course, tonight by my lovely wife, Mandy. And yeah, hang on. But before we get going, I do want to remind everybody, we do have the secret word game still, where I'm encouraging everybody to chat in the comments, and with the chance of actually winning bracelets. So one of them was made by me, and one was made by Minute Craft. And yeah, mine is the top one. Hers is the bottom one. Hers has got like way more detail and stuff. It's way cool. Anyways, so yeah, and it seems like my volume is punching through the roof. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can adjust that just a little bit. Yeah, I have no idea why it's hitting so hard. It used to be that I was not talking loud enough, and now suddenly I'm like breaking speakers. The words are not wording today. Nice. Yes. So after party was mentioned. So let me explain what the after party is. My Patreon subscribers get to join me over on Discord, and after we do the live streams on Saturday night, we end up kind of sticking around and being silly. And yeah, I'm especially silly because you know, just all the energy I put into my videos, suddenly once that's over with, it's like, whew, you know, might be an adult beverage in there. I don't know. I haven't needed one in the last couple of weeks. I have to admit that I just silly off of just being like semi-delirious from the whole thing. Yep, there's the link for Discord. Mandy just triggered that. That's awesome. Thank you. So yeah, this is a fun fade of colors. You'll notice that on my webpage I did the pattern twice over. Once in a rainbow and once in a fade. And you'll notice if you're looking at the fade, it's really difficult to discern the colors because they're all shades of blue, and it just makes it really so much harder to look at. But if you look at the rainbow one, you can say, okay, if red is the lightest or darkest, whichever way you want to go, and then just follow that along, it somehow becomes a whole lot easier. So yeah. So I'm just double checking my pattern over here. So yeah, it's a bit of like an arrowhead type design, but then it kind of goes twice instead of like a single one, and then it switches right in the middle, leaving like a diamond sort of thing. Well, a diamond on the double, sort of half a diamond on the single. So that's kind of neat. Yes, my AC is not fixed. Thanks for asking. It is 31.2 degrees in here, and the humidity is at 73%. So I am dying. Yeah, it's if you haven't noticed, I've been doing a lot of videos, like dailies, over there on YouTube. Well, here on YouTube, and yeah, not having an air conditioner has definitely hindered the work in that, trying to get ahead with the videos and doing stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for the air conditioner to be back. It doesn't even have to. Typically speaking, I don't get the room cold or anything crazy. I shave off a few degrees. Like 31 is too hot to work in, but if you can drop that down to like a 28, you know, and drop the humidity a little bit, that's lovely. That's fine. I can do that all day long. But yeah, this is rough. Okay, that was really, really weird. My GoPro just stopped blinking a light and made noise and acted like it was going to shut itself off, and yet we're still here. So I have no idea what it's doing.
It just flashed for a second.
Yeah, I saw that on my end too. I don't know what that was about, but at least it's not making more noises. So yeah, this bracelet's going to have a completely different feel from the other one because we are going from light to dark. You won't see a whole lot of the darkest color except for in the very middle. But yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, and in case you guys haven't seen, I have a cool new bracelet on. This is two patterns that got mashed together, where I put one pattern down the middle and then I split the other one and put it on the outsides. And I really thought this was going to be like the one that made Instagram just lose their mind and make Redditors go crazy and stuff. Not as big as a response as I thought it would. I don't know. I really love the pattern itself. I love the bracelet. Shh! Your video doesn't come out until next week. So yeah, spoiler, I actually do record some of my videos in advance, so. Exactly. What bracelet? So anyway, yeah, I've been actually trying to make a lot of new content, a lot of new creations and stuff. One of the other bracelets I want to work on tonight was this thing where it was supposed to look like two braids running alongside of each other, and I pretty much went exactly off of the pattern that was available on friendshipbracelets.net. And what I couldn't do is I couldn't find a way of getting the colors to switch sides. So what I ended up doing was, like, as soon as I got done with my video, I'm like, there's got to be a way to make this work. And so I started from scratch and started working right from the middle, and started playing with that. And suddenly I found a way of making it work, and everything had to be shifted just a little bit off, a little bit different to make it work. And I realized that what I should have done is I should have left my software keep recording, because then you guys could have seen the whole aha moments or whatever. So what I did was I recorded again, trying to show you exactly my homework, exactly how I got the pattern to work itself. So there's like 2 videos to that particular bracelet design, and I really am kind of excited to pulling it off. Like, I almost put it ahead of this one for something to work on, but I was like, kind of do them in the order that they came. So yeah. So it's not, these colors are so close that I'm not sure if on your guys' computer, but on my monitor, it just looks like it looks like a napkin that's got a coffee stain. Just a light variation where the coffee came in contact and slowly, yeah. That's kind of cool. So how's everybody else's week been? Do we have anybody besides Rainbow? Honestly, I went to my pattern and I couldn't see. It says there's 3 people. So there's somebody else out there. Hello, somebody else who's quiet. I understand that sometimes when you don't hear from the quiet ones, it's because they're not logged in, and YouTube won't let you make comments unless you're logged in, because that way you're held accountable if you start spewing hatred things or something. They want accountability. So I'm okay with that. I don't want people being mean and then never knowing who they were. Oh, now it's back to 2. You're so weird. So how was your week, Rainbow? So this part of the pattern, you can see it just made two little, like the little bump out diamonds, and then the next color kicks out from there. So we're about to introduce a color that's just a little bit darker. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so this pattern was one of those ones where, lying in bed trying to think of what else could I make, I was like, oh, I have templates that show where the middle is. If I start with this pattern on one side and then start from the middle coming, you know, towards it, let the center of that be what it may, that could be an interesting pattern, something completely different, because not everybody else is using the same thickness of string. They're not, you know, designing their patterns and stuff. So yeah. So for the fans who are following along, Rainbow has changed from being an amazing bracelet maker to now being an amazing cross stitch maker. So yeah. Us, well, dealing with no aircon, that's been a little bit of the theme. Went to IKEA, got some stuff. It never fails. You go in there to buy one thing, you end up with 10. But I picked up some stuff that actually cleared up some of the office, some of the space around my desk, which is pretty good. Which maybe that's how the sound got altered when I moved that thing around. I don't know. I have no idea. Like, it used to be like my voice was very quiet, and now it seems that not so much. Well, for me it was especially cool because they had air conditioning. So we're into the fourth shade of this brownish tan kind of thing. Right now it just looks like very milky coffee, which, you know, probably how I started out when I first started drinking coffee. And I think we are hitting a quarter of the way into this, because looking at the pattern, it looks like this shade here is where it turns around to go the other way. Oh, the other weird thing about not having an air conditioner in here is that my window is open, and that means I'm hearing sounds out on the street. And there was a young person making noise out there just now, which definitely weird. The desk that we have for Mandy is essentially one of their longer boards that they sell, and what is it? There's 5 legs on it, right? 5 legs that are screwed together into it, which gave her a very super long desk, and it's not super deep, but yeah, it's a pretty cool little hack. So yeah, that's another hack you can do with the IKEA furniture, is you can actually get the long board and then be able to put they've got their like storage things or whatever. You can use that as opposed to legs. So this has turned out pretty cool. Yeah, I've been trying to declutter my office, and that's been a big thing around here. I showed you earlier I have bins and stuff for all my upcoming projects and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of effort going in over here to try and streamline the whole process and clear off the clutter. Hey Phil. No AC yet. Wow, the bot actually answered it right. Maybe the bot knows more than we give it credit for. Maybe it's not stupid. Yeah, it's 31.3 and 75% humidity. Kept hoping all day long that it would rain. The forecast said that there was chance for isolated showers. I kept hoping it would rain because it would at least, you know, cool things off a bit. Still nothing. So I'm actually kind of impressed with how quick this pattern's coming along, but then again, I pretty much designed the pattern. It should be easy for me, but whatever. Doesn't have to be that way, I suppose. I kind of designed the pattern that's of this thing, and that was not easy. I can assure you, if you're interested in the pattern, go check it out. It was actually difficult enough that I actually opened up the pattern in GIMP and crossed off areas as I did them, so that way I could keep track of exactly where the spot was that I was on, because a lot of this little stuff on the outside, it might not look fancy, but it really, you know, if you really get zoomed in, it really is kind of fancy. So yeah. Yeah, so I think the plan is I'm going to work on this until 11, leave it wherever it is, finish it tomorrow if necessary, and then get working on the other bracelet, because I kind of want to do it too. So this pattern just kind of repeats itself twice with a sort of diamond thing in the middle. It kind of the thing about those diamond shapes is it flips all the colors, so that way you have the same thing that you had going in the first side able to start in the second side. It's kind of a neat little trick. Oh, the hum is probably my fan. I have an industrial cat fan in the background, and yes, it's probably an annoying buzz sound, and I'm sorry, but without it I think I die. Like, if I was recording this and then going to play it back later, I have software that would actually be able to eliminate that sound. I could isolate it and then get rid of it, but I can't do it live. It doesn't work. Yeah, when I speak, the microphone is like, oh, that's the thing, and it kind of picks up only on that. It kind of lowers itself. But then when I'm quiet, it's like, oh, maybe we're supposed to try to get background noises or some garbage. So yeah, it's weird. Yeah, for me it's a constant droning thing that's I hate it, honestly. I hate the sound of this fan. I got this fan for working out on the stationary bike. This kicks up a lot of wind and helps, you know, kind of keep me cooled off while working out. But yeah, it's a cat, like as in the guys that make bulldozers. So yeah, it's pretty industrial. Right. Well, caterpillar is not as in butterflies and moths and stuff. Believe it or not, I actually have some caterpillar bulldozer cufflinks. Pretty cool stuff. My dad was a mechanic for such type things, and the caterpillar reps or whatever would come out and show him like tools and stuff that he would need, and ended up getting some cool stuff. So like I have that and a bulldozer. It was like it had a little leather strap to it to connect to your pocket watch. So yeah, I have those. So this went pretty quick. This is the halfway point coming up here. I had to kind of not do a whole lot earlier today because, again, the heat in the afternoon. Started having a lot of hand cramps because of it. I think it just drains you of all the salts and whatever in your body, magnesium and stuff. So yeah. Hey, Minute made it. Welcome. And John made it. Good evening, morning stuff. Wow. Suddenly everybody's popping in. So yeah, this is like the only part in this whole bracelet where the dark color really comes in and does anything. Which will kind of make it interesting, I guess, when you're wearing it. If the center part is the part that's up on your wrist, it'll offer a bit of contrast. So yeah, when I did the double, right, I reversed the colors. You can see how the bright colors offer up the big pop of contrast. Here, it's going to be exactly the opposite. So yeah, kind of cool. Yeah. It is kind of like a party. Yeah, I really kind of dig these colors. I was kind of looking forward to doing this one just to use these colors. So if anybody hasn't checked it out, there's a lot of bracelets that are on sale over on my website. I'm really could use some sales right now. My office chair here, the armrest has gone on it, and yeah, I got duct tape on it, and I'm kind of, you know, I'm not throwing it out just yet, but I sure could go for a nicer, newer chair. Not looking to get something that's, you know, ungodly expensive or anything. Just a nice chair would be good. Yeah, it's not like I'm looking for is it Herman Miller? Is that the brand? We stayed at a hotel once and they had a chair like that. I was just like, I fell in love, man. That thing was amazing. But yeah, that's like way beyond anything. Yeah, Patreon. Well, that'd be another way to help support the channel. Actually, a lot of my web pages now offer a place for doing donations. If you're into the patterns that I'm making and stuff, you can always make a donation, which, you know, every little bit helps, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure about like okay, so like the chair I have, it's like a mesh, and that helps out a lot here because of the humidity and stuff. Like right now it's 31 degrees, 75% humidity in the room. So yeah, like I think cloth chairs probably not my best way to go, just because um, it's just gonna pick up a lot of sweat and dirt and smell. It'd be great if I could like move and go live up in the like the Cameron Highlands area. They like average 18 degrees all year round. That's their average temperature. So yeah, big difference up there in the mountains than it is down here. Yeah. Is there such a thing, a water cooled chair? That'd be kind of dope. Right, right. No, I'm totally with you on this one. If there isn't one on the market yet, I say we do it.
There is.
There is?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Be dear to your rear and stay in the clear. Water-cooled chairs. Random. I feel like one of those podcasters now. I've got Mandy over there actually looking stuff up, like while we're actually live on air. You know, they're always like, you know, well, let's take a look. Give us an image to that, Jim. You know, kind of stuff. Yeah, she's good like that. Thank you, thank you. I like it as well. It's a nice pattern. It's not easy. The out here, it's got this weird thing where like every so often the blue bumps in and the green comes down, and so the gray cuts out and then comes back, and the gray only goes like through these little spurts, kind of in and out. And in order to keep track of that, I had to use GIMP to make little marks on the pattern as I accomplished it. So yeah, it took a little longer because of that, but because of that I wasn't making mistakes. Like when I first was doing it, I was just staring at the pattern and having to count all the time, and then once I started crossing things off, it really picked up steam after that. So yeah. So now I'm kind of torn. Now we're past the halfway point. We got 15 minutes. I do want to get to the other bracelet though. So for everybody else who does not understand what everybody's laughing about with kitchen sinks, the badminton announcer said that the person had literally, they used the word literally, said they threw everything at them, including the kitchen sink, which obviously they did not literally throw a sink at somebody. So yeah. And every time I hear that, I keep thinking of how Elon Musk started his first day at Twitter by walking into the place with a sink in hand just so he could use the pun, let that sink in. Yeah, he's something. You would think for that kind of money, though, you could get better humor. Wow, somebody else watches Mental Floss. So, you may not have realized it, but my intro was actually inspired by Mental Floss. That's the whole. Like, I thought what they did was pretty neat, and that my version of it would be so far different. But yeah. Any of you guys watch Doctor Who? I have to like pause to wait for you guys to reply because there's a certain amount of lag in the whole broadcasting thing. But so yeah, in my intro, the TV that goes by and then comes out bigger, it's a magpie TV, which is something from a Doctor Who episode. So yeah, there's all kinds of like weird little other references and things going on in my intro. Yeah, there was once, not that long ago, a couple of years I guess, where Doctor Who was available on Netflix, and then that kind of stopped. I think Disney's supposed to get them soon. I don't know when that's actually supposed to go through. I imagine when that happens, there'll be a hoopla. But yeah.
Hoopla?
A big hoopla. They will make a lot of noise. Because Doctor Who fans are, you know, fanatics. Well, it is technically supposed to be a kid's show. Technically. Yeah, this one? Yeah, this is pretty cool. Thanks, John. It is pretty cool. I really, really like it. Like, once I wasn't even quite finished with it when I was like, you know what? I think this is going to be mine. Yeah. I really expected it to be a lot more noise about it on Instagram, but not really the reception that I anticipated. And in fact, the bracelet that's getting the most attention right now is one that I honestly, it wasn't that even difficult to make. Just had, I guess, pretty cool colors. I don't know what made it so popular. Hang on, let's see if I can pull it up. La, 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 profile. This bracelet, for some odd reason, has gotten way more traction. I have no idea why. I think this looks way cooler. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. Maybe it's the less is more, maybe it's the color combination, maybe it was the day a week it got posted. I have no idea, man. It does. I honestly really thought this bracelet, with as much that went into it and the colors being so, I don't know, I thought it was going to be the big hit. Yeah. Yeah, I have plans for doing some more of this kind of mashups where I take two patterns and I put one kind of wrapped around the outside of the other, because I really like the way it looks. I think it's a way of going from like this, where there's like, well, it's 12 strings coming down, 6 strings going up, 6 colors, and turning it into a, you know, taking 2 of those and turning it into a 24. There's just something about it that I think it becomes the greater than the two bracelets themselves combined. Like, it just becomes out so much more intense and so much more beautiful. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to do more because I like it, and hopefully the people watching my YouTube videos, hopefully they enjoy that stuff, because that's some of the content I want to make. So how many people have been doing the homework and watching all these videos that I've been putting out here lately? A little show of hands. Oh yeah, that was last Sunday. I was catching up on bracelets that I suddenly realized that did not get posted. But wait, I think that's the day that hang on, was this? Yeah, that was the day that that one that's taken off got posted. So yeah, go figure. the the one that did really well was on the day where I posted a lot. That's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I have a couple videos where I've done like I do the video and then I'm like, oh, you know what, I could have done something differently, and that becomes a video unto itself. Yeah, what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to generate enough content so that when all the kids get out of school here next month, there'll be plenty of content for them to be able to do the whole summer camp thing and make bracelets for their friends and have lots of material to be able to decide what kind of cool stuff, you know, thinking that maybe they want to do stuff that's a little bit more advanced than just chevrons. And yeah. Yeah, this is the most active I've ever been on YouTube. And surprisingly, I don't know who the people are that are watching the videos, but surprisingly, I'm finally starting to get better numbers on watch hours. So let's see where we are with that. Yeah, we're at 1,312 watch hours right now, which is not great out of 4,000. That's not great, but it's higher than it has been in a while, so yeah. Right. No, I'm not burning myself out just yet. If I find myself getting close to it, I will stop. The biggest thing that kind of caused me to kind of have a burnout before was the getting crazy with the numbers. Like, like writing down daily, like where I was in all the different social medias and stuff. Like that stuff burns me out more than making content. I'm a lot of the content that I have been generating has been, hey, I'm going to try something, and I'll just record myself while I do it and see what kind of useful insights I find along the way. And yeah, I don't mind doing those at all. I like that kind of stuff. Okay, so it's 11. This one's almost done. I'm going to set it aside and work on this double braided thing that I came up with. There. So this is kind of give you a vibe feel for, you know, how that turned out. So yeah, flipping the colors, that definitely does a thing, doesn't it? So now grab my other pad. Okay, so this one is one of the ones where there's a bit of a trick on how it gets started. So this is good learning material here. We've got the yellow, orange, and red. Trying to separate these without putting them all in a bunch. So we have to separate off the orange to the right side, all the hot colors rather, to the right side, and all the cold colors to the left side. So it's orange, red, red again, yellow, yellow, orange. So you see we moved all of the hot colors off to this side. That means all the cold colors are over here. Mind you, here, let me pull up. So this is, in case anybody wants to see it, this is the double braid, and then this was the double braid remake, where I decided to actually show how I came up with it, because the pattern here didn't work. I ended up basically just with this, which is pretty much what they had, and then I tried to see what would happen if you tried to flip it, which really didn't make anything spectacular. And then when I remade the whole work, it came up with this pattern. So this is the one that I'm going to be working on making today. Basically kind of started from scratch to come out with something completely different. I envisioned the possibility of what this became, almost got discouraged, almost kind of gave up, thinking that it couldn't be done. And then I poked around with it after having made the video. I should have left the thing running, you know, because then I could have gotten the edit out the first time around. But I got playing around from scratch, and when it suddenly all clicked together, I was like, man, that should have been on camera. Like, so that's why there's a remake video for it. So this bracelet, despite being relatively easy, is going to require a lot of me watching the pattern to get it started, because it does not start with anything intuitive at all. Like this orange just kind of comes in, goes over these reds. Like that. For 3. And then these 2 yellows come over the orange. Like that. Okay. Bit of a start. So this purple, got it. So the blue comes over the purple and to the red and bounces backwards. And the next blue just comes in. So the red that already bounced can come straight through across the yellow. So again, this is supposed to look like 2 separate braids running next to each other. Or maybe it's the braids are doubled up. I'm not sure if you could actually braid rope like this, but it's supposed to have that sort of vibe to it. So yeah, once I think this thing kind of gets going, I think it's going to get easier. It's just the start to it that seems really off-putting. I think once it gets going, I think it'll become really natural, because again, it's just supposed to look like a braid. I suspect by the time you kind of get used to it, then it's going to be time for it to change directions. All right. Over on this side, this lavender, purpley color, Goes over top of the greens. Down to the end, and then so yeah, I guess I'm getting a little bit quiet over here because this pattern is taking a little bit of concentration to make sure that I'm getting it right. It's pretty cool though. Starting to shape up. You can kind of see the hot colors doing the whole braid thing over here. I need to get the cold side caught up. Yeah, it is. It is. I was trying to catch up on the conversation you guys are having to no avail. I have no idea what you guys are talking about anymore. I saw something about blue screens of death. Yeah, John, you should take a look at the pattern over on the website because there's like 3 versions of it. Hopefully I get to the part where I actually change. So this is supposed to look like the cold colors. Whoops. The cold colors stay to the left and the hot colors stay on the right. But I changed it to where now they'll flip in the middle. Yeah, blueberry, I guess. Blueberry sounds pretty good. Sounds healthy. I'm sure when it comes to muffins, blueberry is not necessarily that much better for you, but it sounds healthy. So there is something kind of interesting about the sort of segment-ish of the knotting here. It appears that if I do a little bit on the left side and then it just sort of keeps moving over to the right, there's a real potential for a rhythm to this. So now it just starts back over here, just during the green down, then the blue will come across and that'll lead into the red. It's kind of neat because there's not a whole lot of knots changing directions except for where the two different braids kind of meet in the middle, and that's where the change happens. So it's a little bit easy to work with. So the top blue comes over the two purples and bounces the red. See, 1, 2. And then we do a right left, causing the red to go off to the right. And then this blue goes across the two purples and across the blue. Easy peasy. Yeah, this one is pretty neat. For a smaller bracelet, this one really is pretty cool. It does a lot. Let's see if we can zoom in on that a little bit. So yeah, see how the cold colors are over here. Pretty neat. Midway through the knot, the bracelet slid out of the clip. That's not good. So here, the second red bounces the blue back to the side of the cold colors. So this goes to the left and then to the right. Ah, man, I like me some Fruity Pebbles. Do you know that Fruity Pebbles glows in a black light? True story. Really does. Fruity pebbles are fluorescent. Does that mean they're bad? I have no idea. I don't hold it against them. Oh, I bumped my camera. Yeah, I haven't even been into this pattern very long yet, and already setting into a rhythm here. It basically, you just complete one on the left, and that'll lead to the one next to it, which leads to the one next to that. It just continues downwards. I wouldn't say this is exactly beginner, but it is definitely intermediate friendly. Welcome back, Phil. So this definitely uses the colors pretty evenly. So if you're looking for something that, 6 colors, I like the rainbow thing just mostly because you put the division between hot and cold colors. I suppose you could go with other combinations. I don't know what you might do. I mean, okay, you could do, I can imagine, like, let's say 3 shades of red, 3 shades of blue. That would be really cool. That would work out. You just need sets that kind of all work together well. Blue and orange, yeah, that would be another good combination. Offer a nice contrast. Yeah, you guys get the idea. These kind of patterns, they're just made to be played with, made to change up the colors and do your own thing with them. I swear. I think I think that's part of the fun of this kind of stuff, is trying something different. Yeah, so John, if you feel like it, go over there to the double braid link in the tutorials. The bottom one of the patterns, there's 3 patterns. The bottom one is the one I'm working on today. Click on it, it'll actually open up a PDF, which makes it like more higher res to be able to see what the pattern is. And yeah, try one of those combinations, and you can share that over on Discord, and I'll put it up on the website. I can even mention and link your photograph to your Instagram, which might help get more people to notice your Instagram account. So yeah. Because yeah, this is 12 strands. You know, it's doubled up. I know that you're, John, you like to use the string that's already double thickness in a singular form, so this should actually work out really good for you. No need to double or anything. So yeah, this was definitely an example of where I almost accepted, you know, the limitations based on somebody else's pattern, and yeah, I can't, like I said, I kind of wish I had left the cameras rolling when I first tried to see if I could just figure this out on my own. And I started right in the middle, right where I want to make the transition between the two things, and tried to see what that looked like. And then from there, it just built the whole pattern around it. It was really amazing. Yeah, it's pretty quick. Right. Right there to there. There. To there. So we are to this point. Yeah, we're coming up towards the middle of this soon. So on something like this, where it's so easy that, you know, you can kind of do it without looking at the pattern so much, it'd be real easy to go farther than I intended to, and that would really affect how it changes up in the middle. So I'm having to exercise just a little bit of caution. Yeah, And mind you, I'm working with hands that are damp from the humidity. 75% humidity, unbelievable. Yeah, I only work with the one floss, so I have no idea like what the other brands are necessarily sized at. I spent some time this week out shopping trying to find more of the Daiso string, which is the Japanese $2 store, and I think I pretty much cleared them out of any floss. I ended up going into their store. I found 10 packets. I grabbed them all. The aunties that were in that aisle when I grabbed them definitely gave me funny looks. What are you gonna do? Dude needs his floss. Yeah, it's 214 now, right? No, thanks, Phil. Exactly. Yeah, hit like for sure. I always find it funny, like if a video has my attention for any length of time, I just hit like anyways. Like it's just a thing that I do, because I acknowledge the notion that, you know, they provided a form of entertainment, even if I don't watch the whole thing. If I spend any time with it, I just do that because I know that that helps out a lot. So yeah. Hey, Isabella. Hey. Well, you should, maybe you should try this pattern. Honestly, this thing is a lot of fun. Like, it's like two different braids right next to each other. I think it's gorgeous. And then it does a really cool thing in the middle, which we're almost to it. One of these days you're gonna have to give me some patterns that you're interested in doing and let me work out the pattern for, you know, the putting stuff in the center or messing with it. Like, give me like an idea that you want to play with, and then let me go crazy with it. Yeah, I too am one of the ones, I like to get one thing done at a time. Having too many started at a time just starts to, I don't know, stress me out. It's not to say that I don't have other things started. I do. I have some patterns I need to get back to. I also need to work on my color chart for all that string I just got from Daiso. if you're wondering what the colors from Daiso look like, you go back and look at my original bag, my original Rapunzel, and yeah, that was made with the Daiso string. Oh, Rainbow, did you try the tube bracelet that we talked about that one day? I just remembered that I came up with that. I'm going to have a hard time getting all of these. You have to send me the numbers in somewhere else, I guess Discord or WhatsApp, because yeah, coming back to these chats isn't as easy, and I kind of lack the ability to copy and paste these to something else because my hands are full of string. No, I was just telling my Newtcraft the other day, she was looking for a pattern that used, I think the thing was five colors and used them in an equal sort of thing. And so I had suggested this idea about what could be done with the a tube bracelet, where it's sort of like candy stripe boxes. It turns out pretty cool. Okay, so here is where it starts to change. The purple just does a little tiny square instead of doing the full on thing, and the orange comes across it just doing a little box. And so there's just the little box of purple. No. Yeah, it was 5 shades of a color used equally. Yep. So I came up with a tube pattern for it. Alright, so the orange goes over, and the purple goes over the red. So as you can see, the cold color's already made itself over onto the opposing side. Yeah, I was pretty excited about this one. Like I said, I almost pushed this to the first bracelet of the night. But yeah. Alright. So now the next row, let's see, under the purple comes the green. This comes through just normal like. So Minute Craft, if you're gonna have me do up a pattern for you, like out of these like 32 strings or whatever, I need one of your bracelets, a photo of it, to show me so I can figure out where the halfway point is, because that's the whole thing behind, like, when I design, is I try to set up the bracelet to have the symmetry. Like this bracelet here, it actually fits exactly 4 of the same, whatever the heck this thing is. It fits 4 of them all the way around. So like the halfway point was the 2 thing. And then wait till you see what I got coming out next week, which yeah, I even played with some other variants. Yeah, John, I notice a lot of the patterns that you're doing are the ones where you can end it pretty much whenever you feel like it, because the pattern is like it just keeps flowing downwards and you just end it wherever. Those are great for like judging where, like if you want to, you know, make one and figure out where the ending and stuff is. It makes it really good for that. So the first one, we got the purple over. Now look, we got the blue is over on the right hand side now. So now it's just kind of a whole braid between the 6 colors happening. So now we have blue and purple on the right, and the orange is going to be what's next on the left. I used to wear a bracelet. It was 7 times 16 strings, whatever that is. That was like the biggest, I think. Well, no, I had one that was bigger. I had one that was the rainbow, like, I don't know how many times over. That was a bit bigger, but yeah. So now the yellow is joining up on the left, which is the last of the hot colors to move over. The green is coming into place. This is cool. Yeah, as well. Be sure to share this your photos over on Discord. I'll put it up on the my website with the other my photos of this. So now it just starts going back into regular braiding with the colors separated. Yeah, AZ Claire is like a legend over on Instagram. Yeah, this is for a bracelet that looks fairly complex. The change-ups are really easy and easy to spot. This is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Again, I can just keep working from the left to the right and it just goes. There's no Of course, the pattern is going to help when it comes to when I come to the end, or you know, I needed the pattern to know how to get it started. But yeah, not bad. So yeah, again, the hot colors come down like this red, bounces off that blue to stay over on the left hand side now. The blue will bounce the other red. Again, keeping the blues to the right, and now the hot color will stay to the left. So this is not too bad. And this is pretty quick. Maybe not quite as quick as the other one, but I think the humidity and stuff is kind of slowing me down a bit. So I think you can kind of see the braid again. Kind of wanted to get a little ways down here to where the braid became more evident. I think it's finally at that point. Yeah, you guys are talking about the thicker bracelets. I've got some 16 strands and some 24 strand bracelets coming up here. Should be kind of fun. Interesting, fun things to play with. Yeah, this one is actually 24 strings. This big old chunky. So take a look at this. Starts out hots on the right, ends up hots on the left, with a nice little weave going on in the center. I think that's it for tonight, guys. I am absolutely dying from the heat over here. It is a hot one. Let me bring up the other one that we started with. Actually, not a bad amount of accomplishments considering, I would say. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out with me. It's been fun. Hopefully next week we can have a longer one, where hopefully we have air conditioner back in the room again. Yeah, it's really hot in here. It's really getting to me. It's starting to give me a headache. So next live stream is the 27th. So yeah, that's next Saturday. So yep. And yeah, I've got some pretty cool bracelets planned out for that one as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right, well, thanks for hanging out, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.